Hello? Hello? Wait, is this on? Yes, it's on. Yo. Okay. Alright, we're live. Sorry. I did not test my mic beforehand. Okay? Why you can't play Balatro on that day? I don't know. I'm not in the mood. I am not in the mood. Simple as that. Seriously, I'm not in the mood. Simple as that. Anyway, hello. It is I, Aliveus Duke, your favorite Beach Boy VTuber, here to entertain you in this very fine evening. Sit back, relax, enjoy the stream however you like, because now we are live. Yes, hello everybody. I'm live on a Thursday, which is actually pretty unusual. Pretty unusual, not going to lie. Not gonna lie, it's pretty unusual. Also, is my audio okay? I've been meaning to say, is my audio okay? I'm gonna assume my audio is okay, because I think I bumped my mic earlier and it played like the disconnect sound. I don't know why it played that. So if there's an issue with my audio, please say so. Anyway, so hi, I am officially back home. Well, technically speaking, I've been back home since yesterday. It's just that I was way too tired yesterday to even begin streaming, so I decided to stream today. But for those of you who are not in the loop, if you did not follow my other socials, which I recommend you do, please, is that I went on a trip. Because if you know, a couple days ago, it was Lebaran, or Eid Mubarak in English. It's called Eid Mubarak. And usually when you do that, if you live in Indonesia, I'm not sure if it's probably not normal to most other countries, but in Indonesia, you usually are given an ample time to go to what is called a mudik trip. Now, what you mean is that basically what you do is just visit your distant families that you don't see every day and just visit them. And just, visit them. Because you don't visit your extended family and your distant cousins, for a while. Your distant cousins in a while, so you use Lebaran for the mudik trip to see them, and I did see them. I have two sets of them, of course, one from my mom's side, and one from my mom's side, and one from my dad's side, and yeah, well, we visited both sides. Why you play Lebaran trip? What does that mean? I go on Lebaran trip because I want to see my extended family? That's literally what it is. Or what do you play in your Lebaran trip? Absolutely nothing. What do I don't play anything in my... technically I know Balatro has a mobile version, but I have not bought it yet. And plus, if I want to play Balatro, I'll play it on a Steam Deck or something. Which I will get. Probably next year though. I'll probably get myself a Steam Deck. But Steam Decks are pretty expensive nowadays thanks to a little something called the RAM crisis. Like, Steam Decks have gone up in price. Steam Decks have kind of gone up in price thanks to the good old RAM crisis. It's really hitting everything, so yeah. So I did not play anything in the Lebaran trip because I spent most of it just hanging out with the family. Like, that's it. I spent most of the trip just hanging out with the family because I barely see them nowadays. I barely see them. I would say even the more distant ones from my dad's side, I never see them outside of Lebaran, outside of Lebaran and Mudik. So yeah, and I'd say it's a pretty good one. I would say though this year's Lebaran is kind of shorter than last year's and the previous years because if you know March for March in Indonesia for Indonesia March is tax season. So yeah. So everyone had to sort of go back to file everything before the end of the month. So they had to cut short of the Lebaran vacation because usually it lasts like an entire week. It usually lasts an entire week. This year it only lasts like 1, 2, 3, around 5 days. It only lasted 5 days this year, so it's less than a week. It's usually a full week. But now it's just 5 days, so it's a little less than a week, unfortunately. Is my AC on? It is. It is, but yeah. So it only lasted for 5 days, so it's very short compared to previous years, where it can last an entire week or two. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So what exactly happened? Since you guys kind of missed out a lot, since if you don't do Mudik trip, you kind of missed out a lot. But I will tell you. So first it starts in Friday. So Friday, it was normal day. It was completely regular day. It was a completely regular day. Ramadan. It was the last day of Ramadan. Now, speaking of which, I'm gonna tell you something, is that on Thursday, there was the, on Thursday, right, there is the sort of the announcement of when Lebaran is, right? When Lebaran is, and nobody was sure because it could be either Friday or Saturday. It could be either Friday or Saturday, and officially it is Saturday. It turns out to be Saturday, but everyone was like wondering on Thursday if it's gonna be Friday or it's gonna be Saturday, and we anticipated that because if it was on Friday, that means we had to pack up and leave for the night. But thankfully though, like the announcement for Indonesia was really late. It was like back. Because other countries have started doing Lebaran and announced that it was going to be Friday, but for Indonesia it was placed on Saturday, and that waiting that period where we wait for the announcement was like so like exhilarating. Like everyone was just anticipating it with bated breath, anxiety, being anxious of when it is. Because if it was on Friday, everybody had to speedrun their packing. We had to speedrun our packing. And we had to pack for like the entire trip, so that's why. Was getting worried, but turns out it's actually on Saturday. So when the announcement went about, everything was back to normal on Friday. So on Friday, the last day of Ramadan was still Friday instead of Thursday. So yeah. Instead of Thursday. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So on Friday it was the last day of Ramadan, and we had to leave. So we stopped by my mom's side of the family. Because they live a lot closer. Also, apparently VTube Studio got an update that I literally just that I literally did not find, because I literally only found out when I started running VTube Studio, and it says there's an update, and I literally just am looking at it on Twitter now that yes, there is an update. There is an update, so yeah. So yeah, that's how I found out, is literally by running VTube Studio. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, so on Friday, on Friday, we visited my grandmas that live close by, because my mom's side of the family still live pretty close by to where I live, so it wasn't a big trip. So it was in this, we visited my grandma, we stayed over for a night, and it was relatively normal, right? Like, we were just waiting for iftar, we eat, then we just go to sleep. Next day, so the first day of Lebaran, otherwise known as the day of Lebaran or Eid Mubarak, you do a special prayer, right? The Eid prayer. And that's usually conducted in the morning, around 8 a.m. or so. But we had to gather up with the rest of the family, so we had to go out at 4 a.m. in the morning. Now, we had to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, get ourselves ready, do subuh, and then go. It wasn't chaotic. It was actually relatively okay, because we went so early that everywhere else was still quiet. Usually the biggest problem with Eid prayers is that it's usually so crowded, because it's so crowded, you end up, some people, like, the prayers would end up spilling into the streets, which is why sometimes they would close the streets for this purpose, especially around mosque and big like fields and big fields. Oftentimes they would close the roads because the Eid prayer is happening, and yeah, it can spill into the streets very easily. So thankfully though, spill into the streets. So thankfully, we went out so early that nothing was closed yet. So we went there, and I just waited. Now usually you wouldn't know if you're nearby, because usually if you know when there's Lebaran, the first day of Lebaran, there's always called takbiran. You would know what that is if you look that up online on what takbiran is. So it was pretty festive on the first day. It was pretty festive. We did our prayer, then we ate, then we went back to my grandma's and basically just greeted everyone. Like, everyone from my mom's side visited my grandma's, and it was crowded. It was very crowded, but it's very festive. I like it. It's very festive. I like it. The only downside though was that it was hot. I'm gonna tell you, like, Indonesia, I think it's not just Indonesia, the entirety of Southeast Asia is just really, really hot due to certain weather events. But what's interesting is that it started raining like around 3-ish p.m. Like, it's been consistent ever since like Friday last week, that it's been consistently raining at around 3 p.m. Like 3 p.m. it would start raining super heavily, and yeah. So it's been consistent like that. So Indonesian weather is a bit all over the place. Like, in the morning it can be just blazing hot throughout in the morning and then at noon, but the moment it's 3 p.m, oh, here comes heavy rain just hitting you like a truck, and that's essentially what happened. And so yeah. Thankfully though, everyone was okay when the rain started. And usually at around 4 p.m, 4:30 p.m, everyone just headed back at around 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. to 5 is usually when they started heading back. And yeah, they headed back. So they headed back, and it was peace and quiet. And we just rested for the day. For the next day, the second day of Lebaran is where things get interesting, because the second day we actually are gonna visit my dad's side of the family. Now, my dad's side of the family is lives very far away. Like, not very, very far away. It's not on a whole different island. It's on the same island. The journey is around 6 hours away from where we live. So we had to go by train, and this is exactly the photo I'm about to show you here. So here is the photo. So of the first day. Of the first day, it's right here. I'll just show it. There you go. So this is taken from the train. And you probably notice a certain landmark in the distance there that pretty much gives it away on where this is. So this is taken from the train. So the train was around 7 a.m. So we had to go to the station at around 5:30 a.m. But yeah, we made it, and this is the view we got. Absolutely. This is before the train departed. Before the train departed. You get this amazing view of the car park, the trees, and the monument that's just standing there. And honestly though, it was really good. It was really good. Like, the trains is definitely awesome. And the train ride only took 5 hours. Like, they definitely improved the trains a little bit, because they usually take around 6 to 7 hours, but now it only takes like 5 hours. So they definitely improved the trains a little bit. Also, did I disconnect for momentarily? I think I did. I'm not sure if that's OBS or YouTube, because there is an OBS update like just dropped, and I have to update it to make sure my OBS doesn't act funny again, because I don't want that. Like, there was a moment like a while back, my stream would just constantly disconnect and disconnect. So yeah, hopefully though that won't be an issue. I will update it right away. After this stream, I will update OBS right away. I'm not making the same mistakes again. So yeah. But anyway, so this was the view from the train. This is right before we departed. Actually, it might be as when we departed, actually. Like, when the train started moving. I forgot when was this, but I believe it's when we were about to depart, or we were already departing. And again, the view is absolutely great. Like, the camera doesn't capture it well, but it was really great. Like, you may think that this is cloudy, but it's actually not cloudy. It's relatively sunny, actually. It is relatively sunny. It's just that the camera doesn't capture this too well, so it may look like it's cloudy, but in truth, it's actually pretty sunny. So it was a pretty good day. You can actually see the sun rays here. You can actually see, you know, the sun rays over here. So yeah, this is pretty much. So yeah, this is the view of the train right as we departed for the 5-hour journey ahead. So we went around 7 a.m. and 5 hours later we arrived around 12 p.m. So it wasn't actually too late. So here are some of the views on the train. So these are some of the views on the train. So most of the view is essentially just like rice fields. That's all you see when you go out into the Indonesian village side, the Indonesian countryside. Most of it, you're just gonna see a whole lot of rice fields. But trust me, speaking, if you were to actually see it, not through this camera here, like, you may think this is dull, but through this camera here, it's a lot more beautiful than what my camera can capture. But yes, you would see this. Like, if you ever visit the Indonesian countryside, the thing that you're gonna see the most is just rice fields, just as far as the eye can see. But trust me, it doesn't get boring though. It does not get boring. It is an amazing sight. I love seeing it. Here's a few more. So there's a few more. Like, look at this one right here. This one. Look at that. Like, you see that with your own eyes. It is a beautiful sight. You do not see that at all if you live in a city. You do not see that. You don't see that every day. You do not see that every day. Once you live in a city, you do not see this every day. So getting out to see this every year, it's just awesome. Like, again, it was sunny. Like, again, the camera here doesn't exactly capture it, but it was sunny, and it's actually pretty beautiful with the sun rays just hitting the fields. It's pretty beautiful. Which, again, it's not easy to capture when you are. Not easy to capture on phone camera, so that's a bit unfortunate. I believe I have one more photo. Yeah, here we go. One more photo. Look at that. It's just, again, the colors does not get captured well on camera. Instead, it's just here, just that. It's just beautiful. Just look at that. Like, once you live in the city, you do not get to see those sights every day. It is beautiful every time I pass it by. Alright, so then we arrive at the city, which I do have a photo of. So right here. So there, I went to this city. You probably can see it from here. But yes, this is my hometown. Well, not really my hometown. It's not technically my hometown. It's just my ancestral town. It's just my ancestral town. This is where I live. The Lebaran trip 2020. Yep, it is a photo. Here's a photo right here. Like honestly, this is the city where my dad grew up in. Is where the city where he's from. So I guess you could call it like the ancestral city. I have no idea how to say it in English. I have no idea how to say it in English. It's like there's a lot of terms in Indonesian that doesn't really translate well into what's it called into English. So I have no idea what I have no idea. I'm guessing the only thing I can call it is the village where my dad grew up in, or my dad once lived. Not the village. This is a city. Like it is a town. It is a town. It's not a village. It's a town. The city. I have no idea what the difference is. I mean, it's kind of small for a city, so I think it's like a town. I think it would definitely qualify as a town. But yeah. And at this time the camera does not betray the photo quality because when we got there, it actually was cloudy and it was actually raining when we got there. Like it was a slight drizzle, but it was raining because originally though after we check into our hotel, we were supposed to go somewhere, but because it was raining, we had to cancel that. So we had to cancel some of the plans we had on the second day because it was raining, which is unfortunate. Which is unfortunate. Next day, Friday, we'll play TF2. Yes, I will play TF2 on Friday. Thank you for reminding me. Anyway, thank you for reminding me. Anyway, so we had to go here. We had to cancel some plans because unfortunately it is raining, so we had to cancel some plans. But we basically just ended up visiting a few of our families that live here. Like we visited just a couple, and then after that we went to get ourselves some dinner. So it was an all-day event. We got ourselves some dinner. Look at that. We got ourselves some dinner here. Look at that. Get ourselves some dinner. Look at that. We had our rice. This is rice. This is what we call bakso, or meatballs here. This one right here. This one at the end, this is what we call bakso. It is great. It is absolutely great. I love bakso. That's one thing that I love is bakso. Bakso or Indonesian meatballs just slap. They slap. So if you ever visit Indonesia, you want something to eat for dinner, I would highly recommend bakso. Great dinner food right there. So if you end up in Indonesia, I would highly recommend bakso. Great stuff to eat there. But yeah, that's pretty much the first day. So that's pretty much the second day. Sorry, it's the second day of Lebaran, technically speaking. It's the second day of Lebaran. So that's pretty much it. We just went there, visit a few families of my dad's families, then just eat bakso, head back to the hotel, and then sleep. Now the second day, we start the morning. I went for a little walk. So I went for a little walk over here. So yeah. So in the morning, I went for a little walk, as you can see here. So I went for a little walk we went for a little walk. I could find the rest of my photos here. So we walked around, essentially just around the town. So we walked around town. I forgot to shrink this photo. So we walked around town here, just exploring the town, because the thing is though, this city is really good for in the morning. Like in the morning, it's really sunny in the morning, but because the town is at the foot of a mountain, it's really like breezy. It's really cool. Like it doesn't get too hot. It does not get too hot. That's sort of the key takeaway of like this city. Like in the morning, is despite it being sunny, it is really cool, really chill and breezy, because the city is located at the foot of a mountain. So it's slightly higher elevation. It is a slightly higher elevation. It is a slightly higher elevation, so because of that, it was really cool. It's really chilly. It's really cool, and because of this, it doesn't feel hot. Like this is a really sunny morning. This is really sunny. Like there was virtually no clouds in the sky. Really sunny, but unlike the city, it was really cool. Like the morning breeze was just exquisite to feel. It was really great. I love it. I absolutely love the breeziness of the city, of this particular city. You don't feel air like this in the cities ever. At least in the city that I'm living right now. You don't feel air like this. You do not feel air like this. This is what's so great about this, about my home city, about my ancestral town. It's just that it's really breezy. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. And sometimes you get marvels. Like this is the park we went to, so there's like a local park. And then this is like in front of the hotel. This is the local park we visited. There's a really big local park, which is great. Like you would see, like in this park alone, you would see so many people just walking, doing jogging, doing stuff. It's a really great place. Like it's a really great place. This is the centerpiece of the park, which is pretty cool. This is the centerpiece of the park right here, which is pretty cool. Like this monument here is really good. Very artistic. And yeah. That's essentially just the gist of it. So we went on a morning walk, we went around town, we went to this park, we did a few laps in it. And yeah, took pictures and just hang out. Just hang out until we meet up with some of my dad's siblings, my uncles, for breakfast. And for breakfast, we had the possibly the most famous dish in all of this town here, and that is of course this. If you don't know what you're looking at, because it does take a while to guide you, yeah, I want you guys to just focus on these two parts here. These are the most important parts. These are the most important parts here, these two right here. So that's rice, and right here to the left of the rice is of course soto, the most famous dish around. Like this soto place right here that I ate was absolutely packed. And it is, and again, not really a mystery, because once you eat this, so good. So good. Like the people, it's so good. I love soto. Well, technically it depends. This particular soto is the best, and I'll eat this, and I'll eat here basically just every day. I love this soto place. So good. Soto is just top tier. It's top tier. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, this is what we had for breakfast. Very popular breakfast item, soto. Specifically, chicken soto, or soto ayam. Great stuff. There's many types of soto, but the most famous is of course chicken soto, or soto ayam. Great stuff here. Great breakfast, absolutely. For here, if you zoom in on the center, here, that's satay. That is satay. That is tempeh. I don't know what tempeh is called in English. I don't know, but yes, that's tempeh. Absolutely good stuff. Good breakfast item. I love it. Good breakfast item. Just absolutely adore it. I love every bit of this. I love this soto place. Soto place is so good. Anyway, so that's what we had for breakfast. And after breakfast, we simply just went and we met up. We met up somewhere else. We didn't meet up here. We went to another city, and I didn't take a picture of this one here because this was a thing. This was this was a meeting that we did with everybody involved. Like this is like really big family on my dad's side. It wasn't just my uncles, it wasn't just my aunts. It was basically just everywhere. Like it was the people and the family that my dad grew up with that we do not see ever. Except for when it's Lebaran. It is so good. Like everyone just had a really good time. It was a packed place. It was festive. Of course, I'm not gonna show you the photos because that would be, you know, showing my entire family and myself, which I'm not gonna do. Which I'm not gonna do. So yeah, it was absolutely, everyone had a grand old time. Great stuff. Really festive, and we basically just spent all day just doing that, just gathering up, catching up with family members that we do not see ever, except for in Lebaran, and just overall just really good vibes. And after that, oh yeah, right, almost forgot to mention. So 22nd of March is actually my birthday. So yes, your boy is a year older officially. In the year 2026, your boy is officially older by a year. So yeah. So I had my birthday right in Lebaran. That's definitely something you do not see every day. I mean, maybe some people say it, but yeah, I had my birthday at the same time as Lebaran, which is actually just wild to think about. Last year I had it during Ramadan, but now it's in Lebaran. So yeah. If it was any other day, I would plan something special for my birthday, but apparently not. Apparently I didn't, because I was in Lebaran. I was celebrating it with the family, and to celebrate, we had this for dinner. To celebrate, we had this for dinner. So it's chicken satay and some dim sum. It's a really good place, but it's not really. I mean, I know it's not that festive, but then again, there's not really that many fancy restaurants in nearby my town, so we had to make do. And honestly, the place where I eat this satay is actually pretty good. Like, good vibes, very traditional vibes, like traditional old-timey vibes. It was definitely a vibe. I keep saying the word vibe a lot, but that's literally the only word that I can use to describe a lot of this. Like, again, and one of these, like, if you've never experienced what a mudik is like, I highly recommend you experience it. And really just explore Indonesia as a whole. Like, Indonesia has a lot more going on other than Bali or Jakarta. Like, visit some of the smaller towns, because trust me, they're one of the best places. Like, absolutely the best. Oh, there's also this story that I forgot to tell you guys. So at night on the second day, which was the day before this one, we actually wanted to go out after having bakso. We wanted to go out to try and find some place to eat. Usually dessert, right? Traditional desserts. But the problem was that there's two problems. One, some of them are not open yet because it was the second day of Lebaran, right? So most of them not open yet because they're out celebrating. The other was extremely long waiting list. Like, it was a waiting list because the place that we went to is so popular that the waiting list for you to get served is absolutely just long, like up to 1 hour long. It was absolutely a pain just to get some dessert or something. And we finally found a coffee place, but that was also crowded. That we had to fight to find seats. We had to really compete for seats when we got to this coffee place. But we got to this coffee place and we just grabbed a bite. We grabbed a bite, we drank some coffee. I mean, I'm not a coffee person, so I just drank some chocolate. But yeah, it was absolutely wild going to this coffee place that we had to compete for seats. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, we did it. We had our coffee, we had our everything. It was fun. So yeah, again, if you want to experience, in my opinion, try visiting like the smaller towns of Indonesia, because honestly, they're such a vibe. Like, the only problem is that if you're a foreigner, most of the population doesn't speak English, so you do need some local guy to guide you around. But smaller towns in Indonesia is absolutely the best when it comes to just traditional vibes, like traditional old-timey vibes. Go to a small town in Indonesia, because they still keep that vibe, which is really cool. So yeah, this restaurant here has got that vibe all around. Like, the restaurant, the way I would describe it is that this restaurant had everything. Like, there's even like posters from like old posters from like years ago, like the 80s till even like the 50s even. So yeah, they had like many relics from like the 50s even. So it was absolutely wild seeing this place that had this like old traditional vibe to it. It's just really good. It's just really good. It's not absolutely good. I love it. I love it, but really could use more food, because most of the time, like the other menu on this restaurant is literally just other types of satay. So aside from not really having that much variation, the food is pretty good. So yeah, I give it that. Right. So then after this, of course, we just went back to the hotel and just slept. Get ready for the final day. Like again, the trip, the Lebaran trip for this year is absolutely short. Like we only spent 2 nights in this. We only spent 2 nights in this town here, and which is rather short in my opinion. Especially since the first and the last day we were there, half of the day is just going to the station and riding the train. We didn't spend a whole day. Like the second day, in this case the third day of Lebaran, is the only time we get a full day to just go around the city and just hang out, because we only have half a day for the first day, the second day, and half a day on the fourth day, the last day. So yeah, because of how short nature this year's Lebaran is, we only spend really only 1 full day in there, which in my opinion is actually way too short. So yeah, that's really just unfortunate for this year. But anyway, after of course we went out. We wake up the next day, and this is exactly the view here. This is the view here from the hotel. So we went for another walk around as usual. It's rather short this time. We didn't go to the park this time because we were waiting because we're gonna spend the morning going to the village where my dad grew up to visit some late relatives. And what I mean by late is obviously, them being passed away. So we pay our respects. That's usually another thing that you do in Lebaran, in Mudik, is that you go to the cemetery of your loved ones that are passed away and just pay your respects. That's another thing that we do in Lebaran, and we did that. We pay our respects to the relatives that have passed away. And after this, we went to grab breakfast. At this place here. So this is breakfast here. This is what you would call this dish that I'm eating right now. This is what you would call pachelele, which is essentially just catfish. Specifically, a species of catfish known as walking catfish. Yes, they're called that. I just found out that they were called that in English. So essentially, we ate this pachelele. It was good stuff. Like this restaurant here, another vibe here. Like this restaurant here is different. It's not a traditional looking or have traditional vibes restaurant. It's like a restaurant that's also part of a recreation park. Like this not cafe. Technically it's a cafe, but it's more of a restaurant really. So this restaurant is part of a recreational park, and we actually went around. We explored the recreational park a bit, but we didn't get to do any of the stuff that's, we didn't really get to do any of the stuff there because they were not open that early. I think the recreational stuff opens at around like 10 a.m. We arrived here around 8 and 9 a.m. So we really just visited here just to eat. We really just came here to eat. So yeah, we eat there. We grab this pachelele, good stuff there as usual. One of my favorite dishes of all time, pachelele. I eat it all the time admittedly. Admittedly, I used to eat it all the time back in my college days. Like this was basically my dinner, my go-to dinner. My go-to dinner back in my college days is just pachelele. It's kind of funny, but it's also like really good. So yeah. So we went there, we had some breakfast, then we headed back to town, and we really didn't do a lot on the thing. We didn't really do a lot on the last day because after we had breakfast, we basically had to we had to go to a store and grab some souvenirs to share to our relatives that lives here nearby. So we had to grab some souvenirs, and that's it. We just packed up and we just get ready to leave. So we headed back towards the station, which, if you didn't know, this is what it was like when we went. This is what it was like when we went to the station. Like on the way to the station, massive rain, massive rain. Like this is what I was looking at. I was sitting in the front seat. This is this is what it looks like when we were on the way to the station. It looked like this. It is absolutely just massive rain. All of a sudden, just upon us. And the thing is, though, like just when we left, it was clear. When we left, it was peaceful, right? It was peaceful. It's really on the way that we just gotta just go there. It was absolutely just massive rain, just massive rain. And thankfully, though, we did not get delayed that much because we had lunch. We had lunch here. We had lunch. So for lunch, this is already in the station, or rather, this is already nearby the station. Like this is the area outside the station. For the area outside the station, they had a Japanese like Hamburg steak restaurant, and we decided to try. And this is legitimately the first time I've eaten Hamburg steak, like Japanese style Hamburg steak. This is the first time. This is actually the first time I've eaten Hamburg steak. This is the first time I've eaten Japanese style Hamburg steak, and it is really good. It is really good, and even like the cook was actually a Japanese person. He's either Japanese or he's like extremely fluent in Japanese, because when he served us, he was basically speaking full Japanese, like almost full Japanese. So I'm not sure if the cook was actually Japanese or just really fluent in Japanese. Like, I kind of want to learn Japanese. Like, I kind of actually want to learn Japanese, you know? Like, I know 2 languages already, right? In Bahasa and English. I should probably add a new language to my repertoire, and I think Japanese might be a good start. Might be a good start. So, yeah. Might be a good start to start learning Japanese. So, yeah, that's a goal of mine. Definitely a goal of mine later on down the line is to learn some Japanese and maybe speak it, so I can go to Japan, and I have to not worry about language barrier when I go to Japan. I haven't been to Japan in a while, actually. Last time I went to Japan was a long time ago when I was like a kid. I was back in grade school when I first went to Japan, so it's been a hot while. It's been a hot while. I kind of want to visit other parts of Japan. I've only visited Tokyo. One of the other parts of Japan, like for example, Osaka. Osaka has a really big aquarium I wanna visit. Osaka has a really big aquarium, has a really good dinosaur museum as well. So yeah, I wanna visit maybe Osaka someday, you know? A lot of cool stuff in Japan that I want to visit aside from Tokyo. But yeah, that's a goal of mine. Someday we'll have enough money to go there someday. But for now, I don't have money. Well, technically I do have money, but I have a job now, but it's definitely not enough money to go to Japan. But anyway, because I'm focused on gathering my parts. Speaking of which, I am only down a couple more, and I can finally build my PC somewhere in June. Somewhere in June. So yeah. Somewhere in June. But yeah, that's essentially it. That is essentially the somewhere in June. So yeah, that's essentially it. That is we're in June. But yeah. So this Hamburg steak is actually really good. I love it. I love this place. There's actually another Hamburg steak somewhere nearby my house, so I gotta try that someday. But yeah. So after lunch, we just basically waited till our departure time. Well, we did that, of course. We went around. We went around the city. We took some pictures because this area around the station here, this area on the station, they captured the old-timey vibe of like the city when it was like what it looked like when it was like back in the 90s. So they preserve a lot of the older buildings and just renovated them to modern standards. But the building itself still looks like how they were back in the 20th century. The 20th century. So back during like the 20th century. So yeah. Back during the 20th century. So yeah, this is a really good vibe. So we just took some pictures, went around, and yeah, this is before when cars became a thing, so you could actually walk around the city no problem. No problem here. Like the old part of the city here, and no problem. And it was such a vibe. It was absolutely such a vibe to go around the older parts of the city and just experience what the vibe was back then, which I didn't get to experience because I wasn't even born back then. But yeah. Really good stuff. After that though, we just went around. We simply just wait until our departure time, and then of course we departed on the train. Now the train was at around 5 p.m. So it was at the late afternoon. It was basically evening already when we departed. And this is my seat. Is at the very front of a car. It's not the very front of the train. It's like the front part of a car. Of one of the cars at least. And yeah, that's it. Now unfortunately though, I do not have any photos of our trip return, because the problem with that, because our trip was taking 5 hours. Right? 5 hours, and the problem is that it's at night. At night, you cannot see outside the windows. Like the windows are just pitch black. Like the reason being is, of course, when you're surrounded by rice fields, there isn't much lighting. So there's really almost absolutely nothing to see when you ride the train at night. There is absolutely nothing to see. It was just pitch black. You can only see your own reflection you can really only see the reflection. You can really only see the reflection of yourself, because the train has lighting, and if you know how windows work, you would know that the window reflects based on light. So because there's only light on the inside, you tend to only look at yourself, because that's a reflection of where you're sitting. So unfortunately, you don't see much outside when it's at night. You're riding around the train. So no beautiful train ride pictures this time. So yeah. So what did I exactly do, since I can't look out the train and experience the countryside vibe? Mostly just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, aside from eating my dinner, which is a takeaway dinner from the station, one of the stations, like fast food restaurants. It was basically just me doing absolutely nothing. And what's worse, I didn't even get the windows. So yeah, it was just me just doing absolutely nothing. I was just lying down, sometimes dozing off, sometimes reading whatever I feel like it, sometimes playing a game on my phone, but not too long though, because my power bank was essentially extremely low on power at this point. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I basically did nothing, doze around for a bit, and that's it. We just rode on. Until we get home. In this case, we finally made it home, and this is what my city back home looks like, by the way. I did not realize that, but it was super decorative when we got home. Like, I was actually shocked that the city that we got back to, back in the city, like, it was this festive of a decoration. Like, I did not know this. Nobody took any photos. Nobody took any photos to post on the social media. But this is essentially the city. It looks really pretty. Not gonna lie. And the fact that the streets were still relatively empty because people are still returning from their mudik journey, like, it was pretty good. Of course, we just drove by. We stopped by and then we just head home. I got back home at around 11:30 p.m. Around 11:30 p.m. till 12 p.m. Not 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Sorry, 12 a.m. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I went to sleep at around 12 a.m. Or was it 12:30 a.m.? I forgot what time I went to sleep. I just slept. And after that, I just slept like an actual log. I just slept till the next day. And in this case, when I woke up, I didn't get sick, but I was definitely super duper tired. Like, I was literally not in the mood to do anything. I just wanted to just sit down and that's it. Which is why I did not stream. I actually originally planned to stream yesterday on Wednesday, but I decided against it because for the simple fact that I was super tired. There was absolutely no way. I did not have the energy to stream. I barely had the energy to game, even off stream. I actually played like a couple rounds of Deep Rock Galactic. I can barely last 2 missions without just feeling absolutely tired. I can barely last 2 missions before getting absolutely tired. So yeah, that's when I knew, well, way too tired to stream today, so I decided to just chill. I decided to just ultimately just chill. So yeah, and that pretty much sums up my entire thing. That pretty much sums up my entire That's pretty much sums up my entire That's pretty much the entire thing. That's pretty much the entire So yeah. Whew. What was that? What was I up to? Oh yeah, what was I up to? What was I up to? Oh yeah, so that's pretty much sums up my entire trip. Like again, this year's Lebaran is pretty short. So yeah, it's pretty short. Absolutely just short. It is pretty short, so yeah. Oh, excuse me. So it's pretty short because this year is short. Much shorter than the But yeah, it was short, so unfortunately, didn't really get to experience it a lot, or at least as experienced as it is. But yeah, it was a short time, but. So yeah, it is very short. It is, very short. Much shorter than previous years. Much shorter than previous years, unfortunately. Yeah, I really wish we spent there a bit longer, now that I think about it, but it is unfortunate, and what happens after it? Well, you can already know. Yeah, we just went home, I just took a break, and now here we are. Yeah, that's essentially just this year's Lebaran. It's very, very short compared to previous ones. It is very, very short. Compared to previous year, it is very short. So yeah, we did not spend too much in there because, again, short. But had a good time. Nonetheless, had a good time. Had a good time. So yeah. Had a good time, had a great time even, but it is unfortunately just feels short this year. It just feels short this year, but nonetheless, it feels short this year, so it just feels short. But nonetheless, I still had fun. I get to see family. I get to see my family members. I get to see family members that I do not see. So, what to do now? This is only an hour. This stream is only lasting an hour. So this stream is only an hour long. Pretty short. Stream is only an hour long, which is pretty short. Which is literally thematic to this year's Lebaran. Pretty short. A bit thematic to this year's Lebaran, which is pretty short. But we do still have some time, so you know what? While we still have some time here, let's actually do a few rounds. Since we have a bit of time here, let's do a few rounds. Let's do a few rounds of our favorite card game that I may or may not have a slightly absurd relationship to, but then again, that's just me in games in a nutshell. Absurd relationships. So, you know what? Let's do a few rounds. Let's do a few rounds, shall we? While we still have the time. Why is the game waiting on? Why is the game not loading in? Why is the game not loading in? Excuse me? Wait, hang on. Oh wait, it is, okay. Never mind. No idea why it took a while for OBS to detect it, but here we are. Let's do a few rounds. Okay, as usual, orange steak. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Alright, that's a potential straight. Oh, that's a potential straight. Just needs a jack. Right on the money. Right on the money. Okay. Let's take a look. Eternal Banner. Not really good for the long run. What do we got? We got Marble Joker adds one, so when blind is selected. Let's go with this business card. So we're looking for face cards here. Yeah, we're looking for face cards here. Okay, we're gonna save up actually. Okay. I see a 2-pair, but we can do better than that. Okay, that's a good looking card. Okay, I guess we're playing this 2-pair then. I just gotta finish up here. Got a pair. Okay, got another 2-pair. Should really take this seriously because we are running out of hands already. That's kind of bad, not gonna lie. Especially since I just threw away a jack, that would have cost me. Okay, I guess we're dying pretty early, huh? I mean, to be fair, I didn't have a scoring joker, so I probably should have just re-rolled. So that was my bad. That was bad strategy. I recognize bad strategy when I see it. Okay, give me a 10, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what we got? We got a pair. Let's open up these 2 buffoon packs here. Okay. Okay. 2 pair. Alright, that could be good. So we're going with a 2 pair build here. Okay. As much as I want to take that Jimbo, I definitely don't want that. Because that is an eternal Jimbo. That is an eternal Jimbo. So that's a problem. That's a problem. That is an eternal Jimbo. I don't want that. Alright, so we're going with 2 pair here. The game gives me a 3 of a kind, apparently. There we go. I'll just play this full house. I'm gonna lucky up these kings here. Okay, good. Okay. So I want to play 2 pair or full houses just to get it. Alright, more scoring, thank you. Okay, I should probably save up my thing. Diamond cards a debuff. Oh no. Whatever shall I do? That's a flush, but we're not going towards flushes. We're going for 2 pairs. We're not going for flushes, we're going for 2 pairs. Or 3 of a kind. Or 3 of a kind. Okay, fine. Why did I throw away that 8? Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. 2 pair, definitely upgrade that. And I'm probably just gonna save up. Okay, 2 pair, 2 pair. I see a pair, just need another pair on my hands here. Okay. Give me another king, baby. There you go. Okay, good. So I guess we're going with the 2 pair spam strategy. Or I could go with the flush strategy. Oh, 2 pair strategy it is. 2 pair strategy it is. Two pair strategy it is. Wow, that's not even considering a 2 pair. Alright, there's a 2 pair. Okay, pretty good. Okay, bonus card. Let's go with an Arcana here. Okay, another luckier here. Okay. Next round, pillar. So usually play this anti. It's debuff. Okay. No problem. No problem. Okay, there we go. Okay, whoa. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I think that's a good econ. Oh, there's a 2 pair right away. Oh, 2 pair right away. Okay, good. Ooh, constellation. Ooh, constellation. Sweet, sweet constellation. Got some pretty good lineup here. We got a pretty good lineup here of jokers. Okay. No 2 pairs. No 2 pairs sided. That's 3 of a kind, not a 2 pair. Looking for 2 pairs. There you go. There you go. There you go. Ooh, nice small hit. Ooh, nice mold hit. Face cards, pretty good. Let's see. Definitely could boost this. Definitely need to boost this guy here. Definitely need to boost this guy here. So this got 2 random cards per hand played. Okay. Ooh, one shot, baby. Right, I should probably do some skipping. Why not? Why not? Okay, I'm gonna skip one just to add to the red card here. There we go. I just wanted to boost this. Okay, what do we got? No. There we go. That's a full house, but we're not building full houses, so. Ooh. That's what you want, baby. Okay, let's see what's in here. Death. Alright, a death. Why not? Really could use some form of economy here. I'm not gonna lie. I should probably use this. I should probably take advantage of this, shouldn't I? There we go. There's some money. There is some money. I want to add this. There we go. Skip. Why not? Extra large blind incoming. Okay. Okay, one more. Nice. I didn't even use the discords at all. Okay, we're gonna save up. Okay. I'll just use this 2-pair first. I'll just use up this 2-pair first. Well, not that. I could use some better scoring, not gonna lie. Could use some better scoring. Not going to lie. Could use some better scoring here. Okay, that's only $6 though, so. Should I skip this one? Nah. Probably should have skipped that one because at least I got value off a red card here. Okay. Probably shouldn't have thrown away that 7. Oh. Probably shouldn't have thrown away that 7. But. Probably shouldn't have thrown away that 7, but. We have not hit a single lucky card for a while here. We've not hit a single lucky card in a while. Oh wow. That's really bad. Oh wow, that's really bad. Okay, I'll level up red card. I can't. All face cards are drawn face down. Okay, so those are definitely either. That's a lot of variables. So that is a lot of variables, though. Okay, guess I had to take my chances here. Dang it! Ah. Dang it, that was not 2 kings. I had to take my chances there because I had no choice. We have not hit a single lucky card. Holy crap, what is that? Okay, it's okay though, we won that. Yeah, we definitely could use an econ joker here. Okay, that's way better. We definitely could use an econ joker here, not gonna lie. Oh, wait, I should have taken that high card. Hi. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, finally! Okay, 2-pair spam is the strategy. Alright, I could honestly use an econ joker right now. Okay. See. Pair. Okay. What's the next one? Okay, psychic. Not exactly an issue, but I'll take this just in case. I'll take this just in case. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. We're not doing face cards anyway, because I think I'm fine with my joker choices here. I think I'm fine with my joker choices here, because we do have this. We do have card sharp. We do have card sharp, which is gonna be monumental in a 2-pair run. Okay. Now please. Okay, I can work with that. Okay, I can work with that, no problem. There we go. So no problem. Okay, hopefully, so we need more lucky cards. And none of y'all produce lucky cards, really? Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Bonus card. I guess I'll take the bonus card. Guess I'll take the bonus card. Okay. And not the 7. Not the 7. Because 7's actually really good. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. Okay. Okay, respectable, respectable. Respectable. Not respectable, but yes. Okay, that's respectable. Now that's respectable. All right, here we go. Something tells me we need more lucky cards. I get clearance sale because that makes everything cheap. Okay, I guess I'll take full house just to boost constellation, because we seriously need to boost that. Okay, it's really the only one I can miss. Okay. Okay. Because I need a thing. I need to seriously up that. Okay, I'll take this one. Okay, next round. Oh, wait. Okay, good. Okay, good. Nice. 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 Alright, that, oh, definitely. Definitely. Okay. Right here. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So this one here. Deja vu. Deja vu. I just been in this place before. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, finally some serious econ here. Because we desperately need some econ. Because we definitely desperately need some econ over here. Because we desperately need some econ over here. Nice. And there we go. More fuel for Constellation. Okay, the Fool. Temperance. I could get more money. Yeah, you know what? Let's get some more money. Let's get some more money up in here. What do we got here? Nothing of value. Skip that, so we can boost that. Nope, that's not of value. Nice. What's the next one? The arm. Oh no. Okay, that's a problem because our strategy is spam strategy. Our strategy involves a lot of spam, so that's a problem. That's a problem since our strategy revolves around spam. Okay. Our strategy kind of revolves around spamming this thing, so alright. Nice though. Oh, but we get lots of wins though, so we're good. Okay, we're good. Thing is though, I don't really need to rely on the high level hands. If I could get myself a high level, I don't know, a king, another king perhaps. Oh, that too. That works too. That works too. Okay. Wait. That's the last ante. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Okay, nothing. I'm just gonna add value to that. Okay, Hangman, Tarot, Planet. I'm gonna go Planet. So use these two random ones to boost the thing, the constellation. Ooh. Things are getting real now. Okay, things are getting real now. Okay, good. Alright, good. We're looking good here. Just need to carry this momentum. That's a good one. That's a good one. Just need to carry this momentum. Please be Uranus. Nope. Okay. Should I skip and add to this or add to this? Yeah, I'll add to this. I'll add to the constellation. There you are. There you are. There you are. Okay. There you are. I've been looking for you. Oh, one shot at that, baby. Okay. And use this. Nothing good. As that fuel. As red card fuel. Okay. Not a problem, not a problem, not a problem. Not a problem. Don't get rid of those. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Absolutely not a problem. Absolutely not a problem. Okay. Absolutely not a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we have beaten Orange Steak! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, we have beaten Orange Steak! Oh my god, that took so long. Ladies and gentlemen, we've beaten Orange Steak, and not even on an actual thing. Oh my god, wait, what? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have beaten Orange Steak. How? Of all the attempts I have ever made beating this, we have finally beaten this steak. Oh my god, let's see how far we can take it. This is not even a dedicated Balatro stream. How on earth? This is not even a dedicated Balatro stream. This isn't even a dedicated Balatro stream. How? This is not even a dedicated Balatro stream, and I beat it accidentally. How does one accidentally beat? Okay, don't. Alright, don't. I'll play this though because that's high card. How does one accidentally beat a steak? How does one accidentally beat a steak? Somebody please tell me. Somebody please tell me. How on earth does one beat a steak? Just casually. Yeah, just casually. Let's just... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. We definitely can't play that 4 of a kind, but... Alright, I'll take that. I'll take that. I just casually beat an Orange Steak. In a not so dedicated Balatro stream. That is crazy. That is legitimately crazy. Let's see how far I can actually take this this 2-pair build. How far realistically can I play this 2-pair? Realistically, how far can I take a 2-pair build? Alright, I think this is the part where we die. Because what the heck is that card pull? That's better. That is way better. That is way better. Oh wait, no, not actually. Okay, no, 2-pair is better. All spade cards debuff. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Good thing I'm not. Keep that around. For the extra. For the extra. Keep that around for the extra scoring. Keep that around for the extra scoring. Also, I beat Norris. I have no idea. I have no idea that I was going to beat Orange Steak casually. Skip because that. Okay. Oh, oops, I didn't have any money. I did not have any money. Okay, good. Give me another king. Where's... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, this is the part where things get real. This is the part where things get real. This is the part where things get real. Or not. This is the part where things get real. Because this is the part where the stakes get a little bit high. Okay, do this. I was gonna skip it to fuel red card, but that just spoke to me. That just spoke to me. But that just spoke to me. Going. Okay then. Actually, we have one more discard. Okay then. Okay then. No, why not? I thought. Oh dear. Okay, let's just maybe start playing a tuber, and who knows? Oh, god dang it. God dang it. Okay. But at least we now know. Is that a pair of queens? Is that a pair of tens or not? Wait. Oh, that was a full house. And that was a blue seal. God dang it. That was a blue seal and that was a full house. Yikes. That was a real bad combination right there. Real bad combination right there. Okay, I think this is the part where we're dead. I have a feeling this is where we die because we are out of hands. We are out of hands. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially out of hands. Okay. Last one. Last hope. We are still alive. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still alive. But this anti is literally the killer, so I'm not even gonna bother. But anti-11 is the run killer. Anti-11 is the run killer, so yeah. And I beat Orange Steak somehow. Somehow I beat Orange Steak on a non-official or non-dedicated Bellator stream. That is just hilarious. That is just straight up hilarity right there. That is what you call absolute hilarity, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you call absolute hilarity, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that I beat this steak accidentally, accidentally. Yeah, there's absolutely no way I'm making 29 million. That is straight up unrealistic. That is legitimately unrealistic. Right, goodbye. Right, goodbye. I'm dead. Goodbye, I am dead. That is okay though, because we beat Orange Steak. We beat Orange Steak, which means we have one more steak to go. The gold steak. The gold steak. So yeah. Well, we're definitely not beating that now. But yeah. Okay. Originally, I just wanted this stream to be a, Originally, I wanted this stream to be, what's it called? Just a stream where I tell about my Lebaran trip for 2026. I did not mean to accidentally beat Orange Steak. I don't know, how does that even happen? How does that even happen? How do I accidentally beat it? Like, I've spent so many dedicated Balatro streams trying to beat Orange Steak, and for some reason I accidentally beat it on a non-dedicated. I accidentally beat Orange Steak. Somehow I accidentally beat Orange Steak. This is... So yeah, apparently I beat Orange Steak in a Lebaran trip stream instead of a dedicated Balatro stream. How? Like how? Like how? How is it that I beat Orange Steak accidentally? How on earth did I beat Orange Steak accidentally? It's just how on earth? how on earth? Just how on earth does that happen? How on earth do I just beat Orange Steak accidentally? Wow, that's an achievement. That is an achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, I've spent so many dedicated Balatro streams trying to beat Orange Steak, and I beat Orange Steak accidentally on a non-dedicated Balatro stream. Yeah, so I think that just goes to show just how broken, like, the pair and two pair builds are in, like, Balatro. I think, like, even like Balatro University, the content creator pretty much says that Balatro does in fact have a pair and two pair problem. Have a pair and two pair problem. So that's kind of why that I just beat it accidentally. Like, despite so many like straight and flush builds I tried, it's essentially the pair and two pair builds that ended up. It's the pair and two pair builds that accidentally ended up winning, because yeah, there is. So yeah, that pretty much shows that Balatro does in fact have a bit of a balance problem. Have a bit of like a balance problem, because yeah, the fact that a pair and two pair builds actually ended up winning Orange State despite multiple attempts of me doing like flush straight builds, yeah, pretty much goes to show that yes, Balatro does in fact have a bit of a balancing problem. So there you go, there's pretty much proof that you need. Anyway, I think I've run out of content. For tonight's stream, since I told you guys all about my Lebaran trip. I accidentally beat Orange State somehow, and yeah. I accidentally ended up beating Orange Steak, and yeah. So yeah. So yeah, it's So yeah, that's definitely something. But anyway, I think we're just. Anyway, I think that's just. I think that's the end. I think that's really the end. I've officially run out of content for tonight's stream. So, thank you guys so much for watching. For watching me sharing my adventures throughout Lebaran and accidentally winning orange steak. So, thank you guys so much for sticking around this long. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you do, please give it a like. Feel free to subscribe as well. Your support is always much appreciated. Follow my Twitter. Follow my Twitter and my Blue Sky if you want to keep up with me outside of streaming. If you want to join my Discord server, you feel free to do so. If you want to monetary support the channel, you can also do so. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to do it, but it's really appreciated if you could. Donation link is right next to me, or every link to my social is in the description down below. So make sure to check it out after you're done viewing the stream. But once again, of course, I appreciate for you guys that are VOD watchers. Yes, I do keep an eye on them. So. Thank you guys so much for that. But I think that's it for tonight. So thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.